First of all, I think your analysis was very straight-lined. History doesn't run in a straight line.
Kid, you cannot tell your neighbor he is stealing ducks when you are stealing frogs.
As High Commissioner, I was wrong. As Charandas Prasad, I reacted naturally how any person would have.
I did not come here for that kind of abuse. I did not come here for that kind of abuse. If you're going to go down that road, I'll walk off.
But it's all okay once they're talking. If they weren't talking, I could not have been here today.
You got ADHD.
I got nothing.
Calm down.
I think I've done enough in terms of taking our team out of trouble from losing.
Tomorrow, Taylor. That's good. I'm reading the script now, and the first person that comes to my mind to play a detective,
Yes,
but
the
an
Chinese critic.
erratic
Mikhail
detective
Rodriguez.
is Mikhail Rodriguez.
Why an African slap an Indian? Why a man and slap a woman? No, good, how you deal with that? You deal with that.
We must encourage platforms like this because it brings together different people and allows for discussions to take place in our country on a multiplicity of fundamental issues.
Kingdom, you apologizing for something you think I did is wrong. I don't want you to do that, and you should not have done that. Hi there, wherever you are, which part of the world, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night. This is the Freddie Kissoon Show with co-host Akash Persaud. There is the Building Expo on in Guyana, and it attracts a lot of entrepreneurs and investors. And so, two successful Guyanese entrepreneurs who settled in Canada are back for the Building Expo. They were also back to implement a huge financial investment in Guyana, and they will tell you what it is about. Our guests this evening are two Guyanese Canadian entrepreneurs, Joe Jaglall and Sunanda Dhanna. Mr. Jaglall, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having us, Freddie.
Operator, could we get that clip of what Joe and Sunanda will be doing in Guyana? Right. massive, prodigious, colossal project that they will be putting on in Guyana. So, but before we talk about that, let's talk about who are these two guests, where did they come from, which part of Guyana are they from, why did they leave, what have they been doing since they left. They're back in good old Guyana, their country. It's a good manifestation of nationalism. These people are back, a huge investment. I mean, when you look at what they're investing in and when you look at what they're putting up, if I worked for 100 years back at UG, I wouldn't be able to afford one of that. But Joe, where you from? Which part of Guyana you from? What were you doing? Were you a bad boy at school or what?
I'll let you know all of that, but before I get into that, Freddie and Akash, it's an honor to be sitting in your presence
please,
today.
Please proceed with your school days and where you're from.
I certainly will.
About that. Yeah. Where you from?
I want to say thank you for having us. I am originally from number 66 village in Undercurrentine. I grew up as a little boy, struggled. Why did we leave Canada? Because of the hardships.
Tell us about growing up in 66. You have to give me and Akash some direction. 66, what's the landmark in 66? What's the famous
next to 63 Beach.
Yeah, okay.
Just after 63 Beach, I went to Tagore Memorial High School, which is right in front, and I went to Newmarket Anglican School, where the two people were shot for the ballot boxes and the 73 election. Jagasar, Bolan, and Parmanand. Yes, right? So I went to that school there. I grew up in...
You knew anybody? You knew their parents and you knew them?
We knew them. One was a young man and one was an older man. And it was the most massive funeral that happened, and they were buried in my village, number 66 village. Every year on the 16th of July, there is always a memorial happening until now at number 66 village. So I grew up at a time when, and we were part of the PYO and the Aryan Youth Organization, and at age 19, we left Canada in 1982, we left Guyana, went to Canada, and but I did not stop it from day one. When I get into Canada, I met, I knew Sash Saw from over here, met him, fall in with as an executive on the ACG, and I've always been doing community work with the Guyana Consulate. Even the other day when VP was in Canada, I emceed the concerts with him. And it always, like they say, my neighbor Stringberry here. So you can't take us away from Guyana as much. The last time I came to Guyana was 2018 to perform a funeral on the East Coast, and now I am back here with this project, right?
So you learned to swim in 63 Beach?
63 Beach and in the creek also.
Okay.
The back dam.
Who are some of your famous contemporaries? They're still around?
Well, no, they're gone. One of them was Pandit Budram Mahadeo, who was the RPA president, who schooled us, who took us under his wings and get us involved in not the negative, but the positive things, because you see in the villages things happen. Dr. Chadi Jagan. There's a lot that I've learned from him, and we're molded on that. But those are two of people like Feroz Mohammed. Was one person that I really...
He was from that area?
He's married in Crabble Creek. He's from Kanji originally, but we get to know him very well.
He died, you know.
He died, yes, he died.
Yeah, so, he's one of the revered PPP leaders. They are like...
Information bank, in understanding Guyana and our resources and camaraderies around the world. So yes, I learned a lot from these personalities who helped to mold me.
So who have left in number 66 for you? Cousins?
My cousins are away, and two of them, one is Dr. Vishwa Mahadeo, who is in Parliament, and Yog Mahadeo, who we all grew up together.
Those are your cousins?
Those are my first cousins. Their father is my uncle, my mamu.
Okay.
Right, we live opposite each other for years growing up. So we do not have anybody left in 66 Village, but I'm married in my Coney Branch Road. And but it is a wonderful experience to always be back in Guyana. Like I tell you, when you get into Guyana, it's an emotional feeling. Honestly, an emotional feeling.
Yes, it is. Yes, I agree.
So, who you sold the family property to?
My dad at that time sold the property to another person at 66 Village, and he did ask us, my brother and I, at that time, because things were tough and nobody wants to really come back. Do you guys want this house lot? He says, no, Daddy, sell it, but use the money. Mm-hmm. And that happened years ago, about over 20 years ago, and we didn't have anything as such. But the good news will come out later on as we talk about this.
Yeah, we'll talk about Sunanda, where you from? Number 66 in Bodies?
No, actually the completely opposite direction. So, I mean, I've been listening to the stories here, and I got to tell you guys, I'm of a completely different generation too. I'm just turning 21 now.
Okay. Where are you from?
So, I was born on the west coast of Demerara.
Okay.
Vredenhoop. Are you familiar with that village? Vredenhoop?
The whole Guyana is familiar for you.
Vredenhoop,
the ferry.
famous, exactly.
We all stopped at the ferry. We all used the ferry to get
That's
there.
right. So that's how I used to get to school every day. So my parents had their business here in Georgetown. We grew up in very, very humble beginnings, countryside type of setting. But we used to come over to Georgetown for school. So that's where I spent many years as well during my years of education.
Where you've been to? What school you've been to?
So I did go to a school called Winford Gardens.
Yeah, of course. That's still around the New Street.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I went on to Queen's College. I spent my years there, and then to the university. So for me,
UG?
UG. I did UG for a couple of years there. And when I got married, right after I got married, my husband and I made the tough decision to migrate to Canada. It was not an easy decision for us because, I'm Guyanese at heart. Like, I've traveled the world so many times before I actually migrated. I lived in the US for a couple of years and always came back home because my heart was always at home. I came back home. I met my husband. We got married here, and we always planned to live here. But unfortunately, life did unfold a little bit different for me. And due to unforeseen circumstances, we made that tough decision to move over to Canada. So I've been in Canada for about 17, going on to about 18 years now. When I did migrate to Canada, I did go back to school in Canada, and I did study to become a registered nurse there. So I spent a few years. I am still a registered nurse in Canada. I do critical care, ICU, in Canada. So this is a little bit of a different spin, but I know what a great investment is when I see it. I've always, been interested in real estate, in, growing wealth. So this is a project that I'm very, very passionate about. And for me, I understand what professionalism is, what quality is, what reliability is, because I am in a profession that demands that sort of characteristics.
But before we go into your company, Mahaika Meadows, you whenever you come, you visit 66, so whenever you come, you visit Vredenhoop, right?
Correct.
Of course, the stelling is rotten in there. The stelling is just, they have to do something, but the stelling is huge.
I agree.
Let me add something. Let me add something here, Freddie. When you sent me the name of Sunanda Dhanna this morning, I realized I knew her because we studied music in the late 80s at the Indian Culture Center.
Correct.
I was playing barsari, and I think you were a vocalist, right?
Correct. Yes.
So this, I can tell you, she was a vocalist.
Best. She got to give us a song.
She is one of the best classical singers.
Please sing.
I can tell you this.
Please sing
this is
Mohammed Rafi song for us.
No, there are some other songs that I know that she did well.
No, she got to give us a couple seconds.
This is a curveball, but
Lagajajali.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I can.
I know she's good because we studied with music.
Please give us a few notes, Joe.
Brother,
ask her to give us a few notes.
I'm happy to see you here, and I'm hope that you're still following up music and
yes,
so.
I am. So I would love to actually give you a few notes.
A few notes, yeah. Let me hear.
Totally unprepared. And, you built me up. You put me on this pedestal, and I'll hate to disappoint you. So I'm begging your.
No, let us be the judge. Let us be the judge of
at
that.
the end of it.
I will do it at the end.
At the end, yes, promise.
Sure, give us a few notes of one of the most popular Bollywood
Which
one he like?
And I like Oh Mere Dil Ke Chैn.
That's his favorite. But at the end of it,
From the film Marriage.
How about we do a duet?
okay, we'll do that at the end of it. Yeah.
Okay,
Do it at the end, yes.
Joe and Sunanda, that thing that we put up on the screen there, that is what you guys are here to do.
Yes.
And
Correct.
that is multi-billion.
Yes,
Multi-billion. It is a mega
And
product.
that you staying for that, or you're gonna go and come? No, but before, what is this about? Mahaika Meadows. That is the company, Mahaika Meadows.
Mahaika Meadows is the company, and that is the project of 276 acres. Let me start. 276 acres.
276 acres. It's
How much is that in
humongous.
square miles?
Wow.
That must be bigger than Barbados.
276 acres.
Barbados is 166 square miles.
276 acres in square miles would be. I mean, I'm sure one of our viewers out there would already have the answer to that.
So, Joe Jaglall, the entrepreneur, what is this about? What is Mahaika Meadows? Flo, tell us.
So let me take you a step back. The owners of this land is the Kissoon's family out of Hamilton, Ontario. They are a business family. They've been in the flooring business.
I lived in Hamilton.
You live in Hamilton.
I went to McMaster.
McMaster, that's correct. Yes.
Correct.
So they're out of they own quite a few stores, the flooring stores. They've been in several businesses, and when they purchased, this is not the only land that they own. They own many pieces of land. But when President Irfan Ali made that call of One Guyana and said, ask for entrepreneurs, everybody to come back and rub shoulders and let us build Guyana, they had this discussion, instead of us taking our resources and build other parts of the world, it's going to be challenging, but why don't we do it for Guyana? And then they approached me. I'm a realtor. I am a broker of real estate for a number of years in Canada. We worked in several community events, and they were referred to me. We worked, we talked, we went through every detail of it. And Mahaika Meadows is born out of the president's call for One Guyana and coming back to help build. This project is right at the intersection of Unity Junction.
Yes, you're familiar with that.
Yes. That's where Vice President is from originally. Exactly. And if you know KK gas station,
of course.
That's where
everybody who travel up the East Coast knows
KK gas station is right here, right? So, and this project now, and also the highway, the 4-lane highway that they're currently building, it starts here and it ends in Sheriff Street.
That's near. They also have a street near the name Mosquito Hall, right?
Yes, there is a village.
Mosquito Hall,
called Mosquito Hall, right next to this.
So the vision of this is that let's build a city, a community, but within a city. And what is it that this city is going to have? Like I said, 276 acres of commercial, gated, ungated, and industrial lots. All of this is within. In fact, I should tell you, Mr. Kissoon, this area here, that's over 7 acres, and that will be the private residence of the owner. He's making that his home here.
So he's actually going to have a vested.
He still is in Hamilton.
He is in that, but they're all right now.
I wonder if I ever met him.
They're
when
all
I was studying there.
No, he's only about 40 years old.
They're a very young couple.
Young couple, yes.
Okay.
And but they're all here for the Building Expo. Now
they're here.
They're all here.
If I might add to that too, I know because we have a very close relationship with the developer, and their intention is actually to move back here as well. So they do have businesses as well in Canada, but they're going to be managing.
What's the name again?
Homesh Ramkissoon and Shivani Ramkissoon. Shivani is from Cane Grove. Homesh is from Berbice Wim. And so they built.
Talking to the owner, Shivani, let me just add as well, she's always had a passion and vision for coming back
Yes.
to her home village and developing that area in some way. And she's very emotional. She's very invested in seeing this project come to fruition because this is her home. So it's their passion to build Guyana, to contribute to our community in some way. And it's remarkable to see this coming to life at this point.
And as you said, Freddie, that you were asking about them and their participation. 20% of this, you said about a multi-billion-dollar project, which is so true, but 20% of this would not be sold. It will be kept under their ownership.
Okay.
This entire front here of all the commercial, and we'll talk more in that, will be kept by them. One row of townhouses will be kept by them. These are all the 30 model homes that we are going to be having will be kept by them for investment purposes. So they are investing over 20% of this multi-billion of their own money. That will be
to stay grounded.
to stay grounded.
They inherited this land from their parents,
No,
right?
they bought it.
They bought
They
it?
bought it from, there is, if you know of the Budus, who owns a lot of land all over
There's
the
a
place.
people in Parika?
No, that's right. Where I'm living, Freddie, that was the Budus.
Yeah. But those same people don't have a big store in Parika?
Yep.
By the stallion?
Yes.
Yeah.
They own land all over.
Yeah.
They own land all over. This land was
purchased,
and all the rights and the transport now is owned by
the Ramkissoon.
the Ramkissoon family, right? So we have done a mini launching in Canada, and we have sold a lot of lots already. We met with the liaison for Dr. Muhammad Irfan Ali in Canada, Anthony White, Mr. Anthony White. We want to work with the government, with the authorities, to make sure that we are in line with everything. All permits and all regulations, all bylaws are being met at this time.
Well, let's tell our viewers, you are the
I'm the Vice President of Sales and Marketing
of Mahaika Meadows.
of Mahaika
Correct.
Meadows.
And you are the
I'm currently serving as the marketing director. So I'm working alongside
Yes.
Mr. Jaglall to help to create awareness about this project right now.
is the Ramkissoon's venture brought the two of you together?
That's correct.
Correct.
Oh, actually, we've had relations before that.
Before we've
Because we are in a lot of social work within the Guyanese community.
yeah.
Sunanda is with the arts, of Akash
Yes.
talked about.
So I do want to talk about that involvement as well. I do have a nonprofit that I run in Canada. So when I moved over there, I saw a need to have an organization that promotes Guyanese culture. So I did start up a nonprofit to help artists, young artists, kind of get their work out there. So that's how Pandit Joe. Well, his alter ego, he's also a pandit.
Oh, he's a pandit?
Yes,
You know, his father was one of Georgetown's most known pandit.
You know him, Pandit Krishna.
Pandit Krishna, correct.
Oh, you're a pandit?
Yes, I am.
Yes,
I
yeah.
am.
So so that's the other side of
So you
things.
speak
Freddie, you want to be a Pandit? Teach him.
me? I am further from God and the devil.
So I mean, coming back to our association, so we've worked on a lot of community projects together, promoting our culture in Toronto. So that's how we've kind of built our relationship over time.
Who are those two young people in the others to the
outside
waiting
studio.
outside
Two
waiting
people waiting for you
studio?
guys,
Two
yeah?
people waiting for you guys.
Oh, really?
Oh,
they didn't come with
maybe
you?
They didn't come with you,
No.
yeah.
I thought it was your relative, so you could have
No, no.
Is
no
it a
one
male and
with us.
female?
yeah.
Oh, it could be.
Oh, is it the developer?
It's a little kid.
It could be the. Oh,
It's a little
It's
kid.
not Miss Ram
okay.
Kissoon. One's a little kid and one is a.
No.
Is that Miss Ram Kissoon
that is
outside
No,
there?
no,
not
they don't have a
related
little
to
kid.
us.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
we're not familiar.
No, so
Yes.
okay. I just thought we would. If it was your daughter or something, we could have introduced them. No?
In fact, what I want to let you know, and permit me for
Yes,
saying this,
Sure.
she has 3 daughters, and they're called the Singh Sisters.
The Singh Sisters.
They
Sisters?
sang for the vice president. They sang all over Canada. I promoted them on worldwide.
Yeah.
Freddie, it would be
They're in Guyana?
wonderful. They're over here
Guyana
right now.
right now.
Well, let's do a program with them.
Yeah. Oh my
Sure, we
God,
can
Freddie,
have
when they
fun.
sing,
Please bring
Yes.
the instruments But they have instruments that they could bring to sing?
Well, they wouldn't need instruments actually. They have.
But it's a 1 hour
No, it's all electronics. It's all electronics. They don't need
So I in fact wrote a patriotic song recently.
That was
a bit of
launched.
poetry, and we launched that song this year at the Independence Festival in Toronto. So
I'll tell you, when they sing, they are the jingles for our
Mahika
Meadows.
They're the voice
And they are the voice for many of the Pakistani big singers when they come to Canada.
Oh, really?
They call them into studio to do some recordings and playbacks for them. Amazing singers. I had wanted to arrange, but everything was a little short in time.
Also, they're very shy. They're teenagers.
Oh no, that's fine. We can make them a tour. We have to make them a tour.
Thank you so much for the invitation, Akash.
This is Wednesday evening. When are you guys leaving?
We will be here. Me and the girls will be here for a while, so we can definitely.
Next week.
Let's have them.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
Let's have them.
Great.
I will call Charandas
Perfect.
to make the
to find
arrangements.
me, of course, of course.
Joe, you leave before her.
I leave on Monday morning, 6 o'clock, because we have another event next weekend to be at a picnic with our booth in Canada at the ACG picnic, right?
Yes.
So
if I may ask, though, I mean, when I look at the AI graphic, the rendering that you did there, it's very, very impressive. And I mean, both of you guys are in marketing. I love marketing. That's my thing too, right? And
he was marketing manager for Chronicle, marketing coordinator.
I did a lot of work there. As a matter of fact, I have some ideas in my head about real estate and marketing in Guyana, which I'll share with you after the program. But let's sell this project. Let's sell some of this. Let's sell some of what you have to offer.
Mahika Meadows.
What can we expect in Mahika Meadows? I mean, when I look at this, I don't feel that it looks anything like Guyana with the waterways, because I love to see the water out there. I mean, I've been to some places in Florida, and the water brings so much life.
Yes.
And serenity. Let's do some listing. What do we have here, Joe and Sunanda?
Okay, so we have these blue areas, and sorry that we cannot show the viewers, but for our viewers, you can go to www.mahikameadows.com. The same renderings are there. These are the gated communities. The gated communities, it's all the gated communities. 24 hours security on the gated communities. These lots are 74 feet by 110 feet.
Yeah.
They're massive.
They are
massive.
They're actually bigger than the conventional
74 wide by 110 long.
Yeah,
they're massive. And you have a choice as the owner of the land, after you purchase the land, that you can either build with us, the North American builders, or if you have a builder of your own, that builder can build with you. Your own contractor. That's an option we give people. If you want to build one of our 30 model homes, you also have the option that you can change the interior design to suit you.
You can customize.
At no cost.
Okay.
At no extra
which
cost.
is a big deal, because in North America, if you want to make any adjustments to whatever the builders propose, it costs a lot of money.
I know.
If you want to take out a post, you got to pay them to take it
A friend had a room to paint, and she told me that she was getting somebody to come and paint the room, 2 rooms for her, and the guy was quoting $500.
Yes, that is very
it's very expensive.
So these three, Freddie and Akash, will be the gated community. This is an ungated community. The lot size here is 52 by 100. It's a little smaller. But here's the cost of this lot. It is $1,000 a square foot.
That's dirt.
The size, $1,000 US. Guyana dollars. Really? Square foot.
Guyana dollars.
Multiply that by 52 by 100, that's $5.2 million for the lot of that size. Just the lot.
Freddie, take out your checkbook.
I don't. I wish I had $5 million, but no, this is.
Yeah, I'm sure you get 5.
I don't have $5 million. You could say,
a little bit.
Sure.
You could say my life was a failure.
Yeah.
No, look. Put $5 million
just for the lot. Just for the lot.
And what's the pop for the?
Joe, give me a couple $1 million. Let me buy a couple.
For the blue, it's 10.5 million because the lot is much bigger. That's gated.
That's the one that's 74 by 100.
Yeah. So the gated price right now are this one here, This one is 1,300 per square foot. It's a little higher in cost. 1,400 per square foot. And 1,600
a private piece of land to build a house for is just 5 million.
Miss Dhanna and Mr. Jaglall. Before this show is finished tonight, these properties will be shown. I hope me and Freddie gets our commission.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you, at that price.
Yes.
No, listen.
Yes.
Let's be realistic. The real estate.
And Mahalik is a thriving area.
Yes.
Real estate has gone through the roof in Guyana.
Very true.
And with that new highway that is being built there, I'm telling you, 15 to 20 minutes.
Yes.
It will be from Georgetown.
That's
if
right,
my calculation
with the new highway,
is right, with the new highway. Mr. Jaglall and Ms. Dhanna, I'm telling you that price, I cannot see why that will not be sold out in a jiffy.
Akash,
Yes,
I want to
we
show
agree
you
with
this.
you.
This was sent to me this morning, another project. Take a look at the bottom there.
I will
It
send this to what? Can you? Let me send this to one of the guys, and they will put it up on the screen
Send
right
it to
now.
Robert.
This
What's-
is somebody
what's
else. This is not our own.
Oh,
So that's why I don't want to
Send
do
you
that.
ours.
I just want to show you a comparison. Their lot size 72 by I think
18 million.
18 million.
Yeah, and
for
the 80.
This
80
this
by
is where
100.
which
That's
part Guyana?
somebody sent me. I'm
And this is
not
just
sure.
land alone, right?
Just land.
You don't know where this is in Guyana.
It's on the on the East Bank.
Side, I believe.
Yes.
Somewhere
And you
there.
5 million?
And
We're
the
starting at
80,
5
Freddie, here it is. The 80 by 100 for these people, just the land is $32 million.
Yes.
So yeah, it's unbelievable. Let me add to that, Freddie and Akash. I mean, the amount of infrastructure, the quality of infrastructure that is proposed for this development is paramount to North American standards. Everything has been thought out in detail, including the drainage, the roads, and every other
These are the renderings.
important facet of this
Different
development has been thought
This is
out.
what you
Yeah,
do.
so
30 model homes.
the urban planning and future planning and so on of this must have been by some of the best.
Yes.
That's
Because if you didn't be planning,
Yes.
this is a few. What I look there, that looks
But
futuristic.
let's look at some of the Robert, can we get this large? This is
I'm
one.
gonna show you some
I
of
will
these.
send Robert.
Okay.
Look, that's one.
Some of these.
That's one.
Hold on, I'll hold them up. Freddie, I'll stand up and hold them up.
Two. These are the house you've been in. I wish I was young
30
again. And
model home.
this one is nice.
I mean, Freddie, I'm only 21, so I'm sure you're 25.
This
And
one
I've
is
known her
nice.
for over 30 years, and she's 21. Oh,
Yes.
So
You see some of these houses and
I can do this. Can you do it? The
Oh
first
my
part?
God, that's a high song. Let's do it.
these are the ones from the gated community. Oh, look, this.
No, I was gonna do this part now.
Look, look at this one. This one is nice.
Just do this part.
Those are some of the. Look at this one here.
I'll show you the one that I like, Freddie.
Okay, let's see the one that the CEO of the company likes. Oh, look at this one here. This one is nice. Let's see the one
I
you
bought
like.
a lot myself. I'm going to show you which is my lot. This is
Okay.
my house I'm going to be having there. The Georgetown.
So you're coming. The pandit is coming back to.
Absolutely. That's why I'm excited.
This is your own.
Finally.
Look,
That's
look.
the Georgetown.
Can we
This
find
is
the
a fun-
folklore? That would be mine.
Where is your own?
We have that.
Sunanda is
Oh, look, I found your own.
Is it the
Look at
folklore?
here. Not
No,
that?
not quite that one. I
No,
have,
that's the ivory.
I have
ivory.
one
The
called
folklore is-
Show us the one she's
See if you're
building.
there.
Yeah, okay.
So
look
that
at the-
one, please.
So where's your own, Joe?
So
This
I
is-
just want to
this
show you
one.
where I'm going to be living.
Right.
This is my lot,
Because the
a
Demerara-
corner lot, and her lot is right next to me here.
Put me next to you, Ale.
Yeah. And there's a guy from North Carolina who called and said, Brother Joe, where's your lot? I told him, he says, get me the
wants-
next two lots.
And you
next to
give him that?
Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
he bought the
One
next
after
two
that,
lots.
put me there. Right
Yes.
on the name.
We've had a lot of inquiries so far, and
Where is
excited.
Sunanda?
Where is it? Where is your
Folklore.
I'm right
Find
next
it.
Where's
to
your
Find it.
thing
The
there?
Oh, here,
folklore.
here.
This
This is it?
No,
Demerara.
Demerara?
Yes,
Oh.
the Demerara.
This you will be building this.
Yes, I love the Florida type of feel to that one. I can do some
That-
gardening.
next to this. So,
Yeah.
Akash, they're not cookie cutters.
I can see.
Your neighbor would not be the same as you.
That's right. Yeah.
Maybe a different color. That's what they do most places.
Yeah.
You choose what you want, and you change the
I
interior.
like harmony.
Yes.
You like harmony?
Yeah, harmony. Look, harmony here.
Yeah, that's a nice one too. That's a nice one. Yeah.
I got to start. I gotta start trafficking in drugs to buy one of
Freddie,
these.
that the harmony would definitely make you feel younger, right?
Freddie, I want to unveil something right now, not in depth, but hear this, Akash.
Let me hear that.
We are in talks with a company out of China where we will be the distributor and the main person in Guyana for their solar system. But watch this. It is not what you know of solar system. Let's take this house. It is no sunlight is hitting this house where it is, but all of these panels can be solar.
All the window panels?
All the window panels will be taking energy from that. In fact, we will have it at the booth, showing where the solar is in the booth. No sun getting it. And it's powering a fan.
Yet as transparent as any other.
Transparent as any other. In the booth.
In the booth, your prices are there for people to see.
Yes, prices are there.
5 million for a house lot,
and we
74 by 100.
No, that's
So
not.
that
That one is 110 by
52.
52. 100 by 52.
100 by 50.
You got it.
100 by 50.
Yeah.
You're going to get people going to buy those.
Yeah, the one for 70.
The
one-
Kissoons are selling these.
Yes, we have sold over 150 lots already.
Already.
We haven't done any type of work at
They're
it.
going on,
Right.
they're going on hotcakes.
Really, I'll tell you, as a strategy of real estate, no developer in Canada or United States sells everything right away. They don't want to. They open it by phase.
That's right,
Because the last set, it goes up
Yeah.
big time in terms of prices, right? But when a person, we can show them that over time, you want air conditioning, you want the entire house to be air conditioning, and if any extra from the solar, we work out with the government, it goes to the grid, you either get a credit or you get a return of money, either which way, but the cost, the ongoing cost will be subsidized.
What's the name of your home? This is hers, Demerara.
Demerara.
What's the name of your
Georgetown.
Georgetown.
It is.
Love Georgetown here.
Yes.
So, I have we'll do a show in another couple years. If the show's still around, we'll do a show in her house, in your house.
Yes, absolutely.
You're
this
welcome.
When are you expected to start as the infrastructure work starts?
Good question.
Yes.
So Nanda, I want you
I'll
to talk
take
what's
that
happening
one.
currently right now.
Right, exactly.
So we did hire a Canadian, a Guyanese owned business. 12 years of experience in construction in Canada, in Guyana, years of work experience in Canada. So we did employ that company here to do the construction aspect of this project. And so far they've blown our minds in terms of meeting our expectations. So we are in phase one. So phase one was estimated to last about 4 months or so. Our construction company, Jaglall Engineering and Construction, they've gone ahead and cleared that land ahead of schedule.
1 month ahead.
276 acres. Freddie, how many square miles did we say that was?
Yeah, I didn't
Size
quite-
of Barbados. They cleared it out in under 3 months already. So that land is all cleared out. Densely populated forest lands. All of that is gone.
When you're driving and you reach Unity, it's on your right.
It's going to be on your right.
by
side.
Mosquito,
Yeah.
by Mosquito.
Yes.
You
Right.
pass Mosquito.
Right by KK gas station. Yes.
oh,
That's the
Before,
beginning.
right
So it's the
before.
back of Cake. It's this.
Right-
it's to the
right
south
here.
of Cake.
Yes.
Yes.
So let me add this. What was important to this builder? I want to align myself with partners, companies who can deliver.
Right.
Yeah, we know, Freddie, we all know. You call somebody, hey, you're going to fix this thing for me? Yeah, man, I'm going to be there 9 o'clock. Next week, 9 o'clock, he's not here.
No, I come in, but
Yeah,
you wait.
that never
Never
happened.
happens.
With this Mr. Dwarka
Dwarka
Singh, who is the owner of the Jaglall, what he did, because we all know of rainy season, hindering clearing of land, he put 2 shifts on.
Night and
One
day.
shift finish at 4 o'clock. From 4 o'clock, a second shift start with special lighting. and the work keep, one dry season happening, work keep going on. Many times they got to the site and it's flooded because of rain, and they couldn't do anything. But he finished 1 month ahead of schedule.
1 month ahead of schedule.
Right now it's all cleared.
Yeah, so that land is cleared. Next, they will be clearing out the debris, and then they'll level up the land, and infrastructure work will start very soon. So we'll see our roads, drainage systems, sidewalks, and so on starting to go up on the land.
So we called Mr. Dwarka Singh it was about 7 days ago now, and says, listen, we're coming for this expo. We want to have a showroom on site also. Let's start it out. 5 days it took him, and he built a showroom out of concrete. You should see this
Very
thing.
beautiful
I'll show you the
actually.
structure right now.
You think you're in North America when you
Yes.
see
You have it there?
the design.
Yeah, we
We do. We have a little picture of it. I'll get it and send it to Rob.
Send it to him now, and let's put
Yes,
it on the.
It is amazing of the deadlines that last night we were at the booth, and it was last night the booth at 11:30. His workers were there. The
She can
booth
send
is
it to
all
Robbie
ready.
directly.
have his
She-
nu- yeah,
Yeah, she have his number.
Sorry to cut you, but it is 90% finished because we're in
Yes,
our
the
weekend, but that
interior
is
is-
still exceptional in terms of timeline.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask this.
Send
here.
it to Robbie, and we'll put
Yeah.
it on.
Payment plans. Have you guys got some good? Because everybody's watching this right now, thinking, well, I could call these people to start paying. I'm
Exactly.
thinking the same thing.
So if Akash decides to buy, and I saw a plot for him already, but if Akash decides to buy, and he comes down to the expo, and we have special incentive that's going to be happening, and we unveil then for people who come to the expo. We ask for a 10% down, 10% of the $5.2 million, 10% down. When you gave that 10%, you're given a contract to go through, and you have 10 days to take it to your lawyer and to approve that contract. At the end of 10 days, Akash says, you know what? Nah, I'm not pleased with this. Akash hands him back his contract and get his full money back. That's called a cooling off period. It's the same system we have in Canada. We want to have that comfort level should be here. At the end of that, you agree with your contract. Then 30 days after the contract, 30% down.
30 days after the
30 days after the contract, 10% down. Then 90 days after that, another 30% down. So in about over 120 days, you'll be paying down 70%. This is of the land.
Right.
After that, you wait. You don't pay nothing until you get your transport in your
You
hand.
send it to Robert?
I
You
did. I sent it to Robbie.
You get to your
Robert,
transport
if
in
you
your
can
hand.
hear me, can you put that thing on the
The
screen?
site office.
Yeah. So once your contract is in, once your transport is in your hand, that's when you pay the extra 30%. You have your transport. You can do what you want in your land. A lot of people are buying more than one because of the increase that's going to be happening later, right? To make money.
I know how it goes.
Yes.
Yeah, we're ready.
There it is.
Yeah.
In 5
It's
days,
a work
Freddie.
in progress, but I mean, it's a beautiful building.
And this is on site?
This is on site, so it gives that comfort, accessibility, security that we're here.
In fact, is this the east side? I'm not sure, Akash, if this
when you're
side.
going up to towards KP.
Yes,
That's
right.
the angle we're looking
If you
at.
come back more this way, there's a huge billboard with 6 guys that are there right now,
Right now.
putting up
Putting
a
that up.
10 by 20 billboard that you can see from both sides, whether you go through the line something
The
road,
line
they call-
top, yes.
the line top road,
Yes.
or you coming through the main road, you'll be seeing it on both sides, a billboard for Mahika Meadows. There it is.
Mahika Meadows, elevate your lifestyle.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe we should have underneath that, elevate.
You know
Your
what?
future.
Send him the ad.
Can you send the ad? We have commercial ads too, 30 seconds only.
Brilliant.
And
Yeah.
you're gonna hear the Sing Sisters.
The
There
Sing
are our
Sisters,
jingles.
that's right.
Elevate
You're
your
sending it to
lifestyle.
Robbie
I'm
now?
gonna
Send it to Robbie now. He can
Robbie,
play.
another one is coming. Put it up. Put it up there.
If you can play the audio, it's just audio on that while these are on. But Akash,
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So, in terms of our schedule, when can you tell our listeners?
Oh, yes.
When can they expect to get their transport? What would
okay,
what would
so
that timeline be?
transport, we're expecting that within the year. Now, these are new transport, Freddie. It's not like I'm buying your land, you're buying my land, the transport is already there. These transports are created, by the departments, right? As soon as the transport is created and ready for them, we are expecting less than a year your transport is in your hand. But when you get your transport, what do you get at Mahaika Meadows? You get your land that's ready to be built, whether you build on your own or with our builder. The roads that are paved roads that are finished, your land, your electrical lines are up to your boundaries, ready for you, and your water line. Something I want to let you know also that we have teamed up with an electrical engineering company who have years of experience in Guyana, in Canada right now. And
very
here's what we're having. You're not going to see a lot of these poles shaking around, collapsing, what have you. It's all underground.
Yeah, so they're going to be burying the cables underground.
Cables will be underground
conduits
everywhere.
That is
So no power
The
lines.
aesthetic, yes, the power lines are not going to be there.
So Mr. and Mrs. Ram Kissoon will be in the building booth at Meadows Garden.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
yes,
correct.
they're here.
Mahaika
already.
Meadows, they will
Mahaika
be-
Meadows, yes.
Yeah.
Anyone
Yes.
can come down and
Yeah.
have a chat with them and hear more about
You
the
have
project from
photographs
them.
so we could show the people these entrepreneurs.
So,
You could send
Yes,
Senator Rob,
But Senator Robbie, and let's show Robbie these successful Guyanese diaspora people that are.
You know, because
but while you're doing that, Joe,
Yes.
tell me about some of the amenities.
I will tell you right now, but just for Freddie to know that Freddie, this morning we did an interview with the one of the owners. It's only 4 minutes. Maybe that is something if we can play it. It can be
Yes, I
awesome.
think that would be awesome for your viewers because then you can hear her.
Hear her
project.
speaking also.
Yeah.
We don't know, but to tell you about the amenities that are
Well, not just the
there.
amenities, some of the luxuries, because from what I see there will be some luxuries there.
Yes,
yes.
exactly. And I just want to make
I
sure
guess I'll
do
begin
have.
with the
Sure.
with something that is prominent on the minds of Guyanese homeowners these days, and it's about water systems. Right, a lot of the times you build your homes and you turn on the tap upstairs and you're not getting enough pressure. The water's not running from the taps. The toilets, they're not flushing. I mean, when we visit Guyana, these are things that we kind of pick up on, and it's not a pleasant experience. So what our developer has done is actually invested into making sure that this aspect of the project is top notch. So we're going to be digging our own water well. That water well will have a purification system. So you can actually drink the tap water because the water will already be filtered.
Purified.
Of course, you can do your additional filtering at home, but it's going to be up to that standard where you can actually turn on the tap and drink the water. Secondly, apart from the purification system, we'll have that pressurizing system as well. So you'll have enough force to get the water to every single part of the home.
Did you send a image of Mr. and Mrs. Ram Kissoon to Robbie?
Yes, I will be doing that soon. And maybe
let's
do you
see.
want
So
to
tell
add?
me about the luxuries, man.
So
Yeah.
the luxuries. As somebody pass on that main road, some of the first things that they will see is a gas station that will be owned by the Ram Kissoon with a car wash, and there's going to be a banquet hall for 1,000 people. A banquet hall right next to the road also, where you can go do your weddings and receptions and any private functions there. Next to that, right there, we're going to have a playground for children.
I saw that.
You saw that, right? Then we will have our head office, because remember, as Sunanda talked about, migrating back to Guyana, their head office will be there along with the head office of Mahaika Meadows. That building will service all the work that they do around the world, and they can run the Canadian business from Guyana. Then we will have a commercial office building, as you see down there, where we will employ, not we, but companies will be coming there, right? We have a medical building. And we spoke to authorities of the government also, and at one time we were thinking of bringing MRIs and X-ray, and they said, listen, enough hospitals are being built for those things, and they're having them all over the place. What you need is a clinic. You need doctors, you need medical people to service all of these people who are going to be in that area. So all medical, will be servicing all medical building. We are having a mall, a shopping mall also. And we want to bring in, like how you have some of the high-end restaurants here. We are at least 3 high-end restaurants will be on location there, among with other local restaurants also.
Correct.
So that whole front, I'm not sure exactly the square footage, but Freddie, this whole frontage here is what we're talking about. Acres and acres of this whole thing is 276, right? So even if, let's just say, that's about 30 acres there alone, that is huge and massive for that part of it. So somebody lives along here, you don't have to go far for your grocery stores. Grocery stores will be right there to buy your groceries, to do your shopping in the mall, to go for your medical. Maybe somebody here working in front in one of those commercial buildings. All the amenities will be right
there
at your fingertips. Of course, you can go where you want.
This is the transformation of Mahika.
Exactly. I just wanted to also add something that we were discussing together as a team. We talked about, what are some of the things that we want to, the words that we want to be associated with Mahika Meadows, and some things that came out: luxury, security, and comfort. So let's touch a little bit more on security. I mean, some of us coming back, remigrating to Guyana, might be worried about, the crime situation. It's just something that's been ongoing for, forever, about coming back to Guyana. So what I wanted to add about our development here is, in addition to the gated, there's also going to be a perimeter wall along the entire development.
So it's actually all gated.
It's yes, essentially all gated.
So let me give you my personal take on this. Why did Joe? You're telling me you're Naval Stringberry here, but why you don't come back? I was scared of security-wise. I was scared that when Sash Saw died, do you remember that time?
Yeah, that was during the boxing spree.
I was here. I came for that funeral. I was his pundit, basically. Okay. I got both of his sons. I performed their weddings in Canada. When I was here, the week Friday after that, we were stopped. My brother-in-laws, they were put on the road floors by the police and all of that. As we were going down to Maikoni, where
that was during the crime spree.
The experience that I had then gave me chills, even though, and I was at my mother-in-law's place, and I was scared to sleep in the night, because remember with Sash Saw, there was the gun where he saw on the lattice as they pointed. Anyway. So that I never thought of coming back to live here. After we looked at the possibility of this is a stone throw away from Georgetown. I'm a Burbesian, dead Burbesian. But I can go in the car with that bridge and be in Berbice in a couple of an hour or so, whatever it is, right? The new highway takes me to Georgetown, and this is gated. I can sleep sound in the night. That is what's important to me. And I'm not looking for me, my wife and I alone. My son is interested. My daughter is interested in this preservation of us having something here.
In fact, Joe, I think you did have a lot of callers who were young people.
Yes.
Yes, who are interested in capitalizing on this investment opportunity.
Yes, young people. I had a caller yesterday who says, I am in the real estate frame right now of purchasing real estate.
Correct.
And these are young Guyanese. I have answered so many calls in the past 2 days that we're in Guyana from Guyanese who wants to. And the first thing they say, and Freddie, this comes back to with your surprise, is it that you guys are selling lots at $1,000 per square feet? That's all. And it's, I don't have the phone here, but it's our Guyana phone. That's the first question they all ask.
Well, when you said 1,000, I asked if it was 1,000 US.
It's a great fact.
Well, I did say 1,000 US.
And when we launched it was $800 then. For that first day.
It will start to increment.
Yes.
So now is definitely.
We are anticipating an increase at the end of September. We are anticipating an increase. And we have certain incentives that we are finalizing tonight, that anybody who buys while we are at the expo, yes.
They get a discount.
They will get certain things.
trying to work out builders loans and that sort of thing. 2 days ago, we were all with an insurance company talking with those people. What is it that we can bring for the security of the homeowners in terms of insurance wise to protect them, things, and what rate that they can give us so that we can hand it over, negotiating a better rate for
investors.
Yes. And you see, the Kissoons are in the building industry in Canada. In fact, currently, he's building a 7-story condo building in Brantford, I think, Ontario. Right?
I know.
He has several real estates all over the place. He used to buy and sell and fix her up and all those things. So he knows what he's talking about. He does his own supplies of flooring from China, from Gujarat in India, his own suppliers. He knows about what can be done. A lot of these would not be buying from a middleman. A lot of what will be needed in these homes, and we will have our own industrial warehousing here, where whatever is needed to be built will be coming in and at a discount developer's cost will be handed over.
Let me ask this question quick, because we in Guyana here, and certainly people from the diaspora too, someone called me and said, "Hey, I heard this guy selling land, I want to buy some land from him," and I just tell them, "Hold up, don't buy it.
Yes.
Careful." What are the assurances that Joe Jaglall and Sunanda Dhanna and Mahika Meadows can give to people? What are the assurances that this is not just another one of those things?
Absolutely. And that is the most important question that everyone
A panelist wouldn't deceive anyone.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
So should not exactly. So I got involved in this because of credibility. Like everything I've done, I'll tell you honestly. During the course of COVID, I've worked with a lot of Manders and organizations in Canada. Not to tout my own horn, but I raised over $750,000 for these organizations. Not a dime of cost came to me. These are online concerts that I've done, Freddie.
Yes, and same with me. Like, we've all been involved in community service, and not a dime we take for ourselves.
Yes.
So I mean, we understand. We understand what credibility is. We understand what honesty is. We understand what dependability means.
I came from a poor family, brother. I'm not ashamed. I came from a poor family. We borrowed money for our plane tickets to go to Canada. I know what struggling is like, but I know what a value system also gave to us. Right? And because of that, anytime I talk to somebody, if I'm going to sell a lot to Freddie, if Freddie was my own blood brother, what will I tell Freddie? And that's the way, the integrity of me working all for.
But I want you to sell a lot for me, but you will have to pay for it.
Yes.
I also wanted to add to that point. Time will reveal more. Time will tell about the credibility of the project. But so far, looking back at our progress that we've made, the timelines that we have honored, it also speaks to our dedication to this project. And coming back to security, right? People are investing their money and they want to see that their money is put in a secure place. Look at what we've done so far. Everything that we've promised our customers, we have delivered on, and we're very transparent with our progress, with our our information. So I mean, it's up to our viewers to kind of judge that and to.
Within a year more, the timeline that we have is that now they're going to be burning all the debris. They'll be marking out the areas based on the survey, and they will start to build the roads and the culverts, all of that. For a man to have his transport in hand, all of that must be done. When your transport is handed to you, you own that piece at that time.
With infrastructure
in place, ready to build. Because we can't give you a piece of Baghdad land and say, here, go build now, and the man can't get in from the road. right? So we're not fulfilling what we said we want to do. That's one. Two, part of the security is this builder is maintaining 20% of a multi-billion-dollar project that he's not selling. He's investing.
Invested in
One of the things I wanted to ask both of you, there are some very rich people in this country.
Yes.
And there's some very rich people in that area there.
Yes.
Suppose they want to buy about 30 lots, 40 lots. They have that option.
They have that option.
You don't see that. That's
no.
Somebody may want to. There's a word for it. You know.
Put a scheme within a put a development within a development.
I don't know. That will have to be worked out with the builder. But I'll tell you. You see these lots? There's 12 of them here. That is bought by, I cannot reveal the name, by one businessman here in Guyana.
Okay.
12 of them.
Yes. So
all of these.
They have the
So you may so is the possibility that you may have mini schemes in here?
No, not mini schemes.
He may build a scheme.
What he may do is, because it's so dirt cheap, right? Build and sell back to me as an investment.
Right.
As an investment, that's totally
so
okay.
when Freddie decides,
that's okay with the company.
you can do what you want. You own that land. It's your property, right? Once they follow the guidelines of the entire development,
like making sure that your area is your lawn
not bushy and all of that.
well kept.
I'm going to borrow 20 million and buy 4 and sell it back. But our operator said our time has come
already.
So can we switch from business and go into the culture?
Yes,
culture. Just quickly. So you've been a pandit for how long?
When I was 19 years old, I conducted my first wedding.
19 years old.
I conducted.
Since then, you've done thousands of jandies
I am an Arya Samajist Pandit, and I have been trained, and I have never taken a penny where I use it for my own purpose. Any dakshina given to me, I use it in community work. But Freddie, I want to sing a song for you.
Oh gosh.
You said a Muhammad Rafi song, right?
The one from Hati Mary Sati.
No, not that one. The one that I would call the national anthem of Guyana also.
Yeah.
Suhani
Raat I love that.
Chuki na jane tum kab आओगे Suhani raat chuki na jane tum kab आओगे जहाँ की रुत बदल चुकी ना जाने तुम कब आओगे नजारे अपनी मस्तियाँ दिखा दिखत सो गए. And that's it.
You're in the wrong business.
Yeah,
you shouldn't be in music. You're in the wrong. You should have been have a couple of albums now.
Yeah.
Here's what Charandas said to me, your friend. He said, Bhaiji, when me dead, don't come sing any bhajan. You just sing Suhani Raat.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Do you know at one time growing up, that was the only song I knew because it was played every day by my mom. But we gotta go. Our time has come up. We're over time.
Oh.
So
next time we'll do that
of
song.
Course,
okay?
Of course, yeah.
When I come back with the girls, we'll do a song together.
We gotta bring the girls.
Finally, although we hail from different lands, we share one earth and sky and sun, and we share one Guyana. That's why we're here.
I know the other lyrics. If you continue to sing, I would have joined in.
फूल बरसाओ मेरा महबूब आया है मेरा महबूब आया है.
Pandit Ji, You're an extraordinary man.
Bless you, brother.
Sunanda,
Thank you
thanks
so
for
much
being
for
here.
having
I
us.
thank you
Akash.
both.
Brilliant.
It has been an absolute pleasure being in your company.
This is just the beginning.
Yes.
This is just the beginning.
I will be back to Guyana in many trips. In fact, we're going to be doing our launch, official Guyana launch, sometime in late January. And you will definitely be one of our honored guests.
And just for the viewers' sake, how can they find you guys again?
Oh, yes. So
www.mahikameadows.com. Is that your fingertips?
You're going to repeat that.
www.mahikameadows.com. mahikameadows.com.
Or you can call our Guyana number 592-644-6877. 592-644-6877. Or you can WhatsApp me, Joe Jaglall, at 416-464-3338. And we're here to help you elevate your lifestyle.
You can come to the expo this weekend as well. You're going to meet all of us there.
Yes.
We're going to be booth 72, 73, Auditorium B.
Okay, here now are the two persons behind Guyana Meadows. They were just quietly sitting in a corner next to the studio, and we didn't know that. Just goes to show how modest these rich Guyanese Canadians are. So here is Mr. and Mrs. Ram Kissoon, the people who own Guyana Meadows. Mahika Meadows. And there's something we have in common. They live in a part of the world that I have sentimental values about. Hamilton, Ontario. That's where they live. That's where they operate from. So, Mr. Ram Kissoon, it's really a pleasure meeting a young, successful entrepreneur who is giving back to Guyana. It's really enthralling when you hear about two entrepreneurs coming back to Guyana. You're thinking about people 68, 70, 78. But for two young people to have made it in Canada and then at that age, 39, 40, to come back, it's really morally elevating. So just say a few words to our viewers.
We are pleased and happy to launch this project in Guyana, and we're hoping it will be a great success.
This pretty young lady here.
Well, we are very thrilled to get this opportunity to come back and give back to our mother country where we were born. We feel attached to Guyana, and we're happy to be a part of the growth of Guyana right now. And we just can't express our gratitude to our team in Mahika Meadows as well. We have a great team helping us, and yeah.
And behind the two Ram Kissoons is young Ram Kissoon, who you probably will hear a lot about in the next 20, 25, 30 years, because the mother say he has to follow the business in Guyana. So these are the two people behind Mahika Meadows. If you go to the Building Expo, you will see them. And we need to tell you, they are, when they finish with Unity Mahika, it will be a different Unity Mahika that you would have seen traveling up the East Coast. Once again, thank you, Mr. Ram Kissoon and his pretty wife and the young entrepreneur. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.